Hi guys, welcome back to the channel for today's upload. We've got a few things to talk about, especially a few flips that I think we can do for Weekend League. But once again, I just had a few sales, all of them basically informed, so I didn't want to waste your time showing you this. So what I did was that I just cleared them. Now the transfer list is pretty much the same. A lot of players are going into profits. At the moment, I'm doing very well with De Bruyne, which is not such a big surprise. He's always a moneymaker on rewards day. So basically, I'm still holding. I'm listing them way higher because I do think the market will go higher once again. So I'm gonna explain all of that to you guys. In terms of fodders, I'm almost done investing into fodders. This is why I only have 100k at the moment. I've invested a ton on them. So let's begin. I wanted to speak to you guys about a few things. So let's begin with the icons. I really wanted to speak about the icons. Now let's take as an example Carlos Alberto, for example. I really think you guys should get out of icon moments and primes. If you guys want to invest on to flip, then yeah, maybe it might work out if you guys buy them today and sell them by Friday morning. But otherwise, if you have them in your team, if you guys are enjoying playing with them, then definitely hold on to them. No need selling at this point. The market is just obviously going to go lower and then back up. It's just a normal thing. This one is very low at the moment. 1385 is very low. This one will get bought most probably. But once again, why I think icon moments should be sold is because we're going to have a ton of lightning rounds, right? Now, every lightning round this year, EA basically messed up when it comes to moments. They thought they would make them more accessible to everyone, but I do think icon SBCs were better for everyone because we might have been able to craft those players by playing rivals. It would have made me at least play rival, which I'm not doing for the past 1 month or so, because there's no point of grinding rivals anymore or even taking untradables. So what they did was that they took out base and mid icons at the moment, so you can only pack moments at the moment, and you can also pack primes. Now what happens is that every single time we have lightning rounds, those cards tend to drop a ton. We can see it right here. Cruyff a month ago was extinct. At the moment, he's not selling for 9.6, which is just crazy when you think about it. The people that bought him fresh at that time when he was extinct are already losing more than 6 mil after tax. Which is just crazy, and it's gonna be happening with every single player. I remember I used to buy Deco for 550k. Let's have a look at the moment. He's not even selling at 395. So basically, and this one is fresh, right? No, it's not. But either way, those cards will always drop every single lightning rounds. Now we know the mother of all lightning rounds are about to come in the following 2 or 3 weeks. So I do not see those cards holding value. If you guys want to flip icons, I would strongly suggest flipping mid and base icons. The volatility on those cards is just so high. If you guys have been following this channel for a while, you guys know how much coins I used to make with Crespo, Baby, and Mid. Every single rewards day I used to buy them at around 180k and sell them for 230 on Fridays. Now those ones have a lot of volatility. Well, of course, the supply at the moment on the market is way higher because there is some sort of panic at the moment. As we get closer to team of the season, a lot of people that didn't get the opportunity to get liquid are now looking to get liquid. This 186 right here is something which you guys can make profit on. Now, those players will keep selling the base and the mid because links, right? Whenever you need links, like for example, if we have a look at my team here, the only reason I can use Mendy and Malang Sarr, which are not from the Prem, is just because I've got Vieira there, giving them full chem. Same thing with Cristiano Ronaldo. He only has a single link, which is Vieira, and he can play on 8 chem. So icons will always sell, but the moments will get cheaper, and they will always get cheaper every single weekend. So I would really strongly suggest you guys to get out of them unless you like playing with those players. Now, once again, if you enjoy playing with a player, I showed you guys this yesterday, but for the people that did not see the video on yesterday, I bought a few players, like for example, Lacazette, almost double the price when he first came out. And if I enjoy him, I'm not looking to sell him. Even if he goes at 1.5, I don't care. I'm not selling him because I enjoy playing with him, right? So at this point in the game cycle, if you enjoy a card, just play with that card. There is no point of selling him just because you think the market will go down. Uh, Other players, like in terms of gold meta players, like a Neymar, an Mbappe, those cards have been rebounding a bit. I used to tell you guys not to buy them. At the moment, they are rebounding. Neymar is around 550, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is around 545, I think. But once again, those cards will drop whenever if you guys are looking to buy them. If you guys have him, then I don't see Neymar dropping well below 500k, right? He may drop a bit, but not all that much. So I would strongly suggest you guys to keep him in your team. But if you're looking to buy him, do not buy him on a Wednesday or on a Thursday. You will only lose coins. Wait on Friday for lightning rounds, and at that time, you guys will be able to pick him up for at least 20 or 30k cheaper. This is something which I'm very sure about, because when people open lightning round packs, uh, of course, a lot of Neymars are being packed. And once again, do remember that a ton of people have packs in their store at the moment, which they're not opening because of Team of the Season. And not only that, some people have played a lot of drafts. I've played quite a few drafts just to get some more packs, some more quality packs, right? A lot of people have done League SBCs and they have a lot of packs. So the coin injection in the market will give you guys an opportunity to maybe invest in rewards this week. And I do think whenever the community team of the season will be released, people will just once again notice the fact that first of all, those players are not good. Second of all, if they are good, the ones that are good are super expensive. And once again, at that time, people will realize that it was a mistake selling their cards, and they will start building their teams once again to get the red player picks. This is what everybody is looking for, right? The red player picks. And whenever this happens, a few people will start buying the players, and this will create that panic buying hour or so, which will make those players rise a ton in terms of value. Now, I picked up a player today, which I'm going to show you guys. I picked up a Palacio, so there we go. Crespo just sold at 186. This was a pretty good deal. But this Palacios that I bought, the only reason is that I expect the Bundesliga to have a lot of good, affordable players whenever the team of the season will be released. And once again, even at the moment, a lot of people are rocking Bundesliga squad. So I do think this is a card that will rebound. I know Palacios was 250 before this whole sell-off begins, so I do think there is a potential for this card to rise. Investments that we can do this week. Now, the first player which I want to show you guys is Douglas Costa. Now, Douglas Costa is a player that I think has a lot of potential to rise. And the reason being is pretty simple. He's been stuck in that range of 440 to 430. He's stuck in that range, which basically tells me that there is demand for this card. And even at the moment, we can see this card starting to rise a bit. And it will take only a few people to start buying the card on Wednesday or Thursday or even Friday after content drop. And basically what will happen is that a lot of panic buying will happen. Now, if we look at Douglas Costa, he's currently getting rarer on the market, which means that a lot of people that have bought him are not selling him. I do think this is a card that can rise a bit out of after the content drop. The other player whom I really like now, I'm tired of speaking about Foot Birthday, so let's make it a bit different. Now let's speak about some informs. I do think Ben Yedder, 87 rated, is a card that has a lot of potential to rise as well. If you can get on this card around 390, I do think this is a card that can easily rise up to around 450 during the weekend league. So once again, I do think this is a very good investment. Another player that you guys can maybe target would be Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. is currently around 440 as per Footbin. And yes, he is. He should be somewhere around 435 or maybe 440. So, okay, so there is a 430 on the market at the moment. I do think this is a player that can rise quite a fair bit this weekend. And the reason being, first of all, he's Brazilian. He has a very good card, high low work rates, which is something that everyone likes. A lot of people have been using him as a winger, and the 5-star skill moves on this card just makes it that much more playable. And I do think this is a card that will rise this weekend. If you guys want another player, once again, shapeshifters, it would be Ricardo Pereira. And Ricardo Pereira, his left back card, is a card that has a lot of demand on the market. And this is not the first time. Every single weekend, this card rises quite a fair bit. And I do think this week will be no different. A lot of people will try and grab this card. First of all, he's from the Prem. He has Portuguese links. And this card is really, really good. I used them for maybe 2 weeks in my team. And I can tell you guys, this card is a total beast. The other player whom I really like, and I do think until now a lot of people have not tried. I spoke about this card yesterday, and once again, I really think this is a card that will rise this week. It's Dani Olmo. And Dani Olmo having Spanish links from the Bundesliga. Once again, people love building Bundesliga squads because you get your value from those players, right? A same player like Dani Olmo, if he was from the Prem, he would be selling at around 250. Just because he's from the Bundesliga, he is a bit cheaper, and I think this is why a lot of people like building Bundesliga squads. And I do think this is a card that can easily rise up to maybe 150. The other guy is Palacios, whom I showed you guys. Another card which I put, which I had noted down to show you guys was Renan Lodi. Renan Lodi has always gone up on rewards day. Always. And he's a card that sold off quite a bit during the panic. And I do think this card easily goes back up at around 300k. And having Brazilian links, having a card like that, which is just insane. Look at the finishing for a left back, 73. It's really good. The physicals, everything is pretty good on this card. On top of that, he has 4-star skill moves and high medium work rates, which makes this card very desirable for a lot of people. The other player whom you guys can invest on. Now, all of those players that I'm showing you guys are players that I think can rise. So any of those players that you guys want to buy, I think it will be very difficult to go wrong, would be Ikone. Now, Ikone at around 215. I expect this card to maybe hit 250. French links, once again, a lot of people are building French squads at the moment. In terms of winter refresh now, there is a few winter refresh cards that I really like. The first one would be Schultz. Schultz, once again, Bundesliga, always good to invest in Bundesliga players for rewards day. And once again, if Thiago does come out from the community team of the season, I do think this will be one of the most desirable card from that team. And once again, people may start building, like a lot more people may start building Bundesliga teams. And this is the best left back that you can buy off the market from the Bundesliga. He was recently around 170, if I'm not mistaken. So he dropped quite a fair bit. And I can easily see this card due to demand maybe rising 20 or 30k easily. Another player that I wanted to speak about, once again, being French, this is a card that really rose. He was around 40k when he was in packs, and he ended up going all the way up to around 95 if I'm not mistaken. So once again, French links from La Liga, a lot of center backs from La Liga are being currently used in a lot of people's squads. And Sergio Ramos, for a lot of people, is playing center back, even though he's a right back, his moments. I do think this is a card that will catch a fair bit of demand. And once again, I can easily see this card being somewhere around 90k during Rewards Day. And the last player whom I wanted to speak about, there is Mbabu as well. But once again, Mbabu is a bit more expensive. His shapeshifters. The last player that I wanted to speak about was Mateus Cunha. And once again, Bundesliga, one of the best strikers from the Bundesliga after obviously the GOAT Lewandowski. But once again, I think this is a card that can rise quite a fair bit, having Brazilian links and once again Bundesliga links, which are very popular this year. I can see this card. Now, this card, it was constantly selling around 270k. At the moment, if you buy him around 215, 210, you guys will be able to make a fair bit of profit. I'm pretty sure about that. So this is another card that I think, once again, may rise quite a fair bit during Rewards Day. So there's a few selected cards. I'm sure you guys have some ideas about your own investments, which you guys thought about. But I don't think it will be bad to invest in players for Rewards Day. But just remember, most of those cards will not rise maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. They may probably rise. Like, I expect the market to fly on Friday, maybe an hour or so after the lightning rounds expire, because everybody will be opening their saved packs. And not only that, people will load up a lot of FIFA points, and that coin injection will make people build their teams. And once again, with a lot of coins, people are already liquid. It is going to help the market a lot, in my opinion. So if you guys see on Wednesday or Thursday those players are not rising, do not stress out. Most probably they rise on Friday. This is why I'm holding my players like De Bruyne, because I think I'll be able to get, like, if I'm able to get my 280k for De Bruyne right now, I'd take it. That's not a problem. But if not, I'm ready to wait until Friday, because I think I'll be getting the best price on Friday for those cards. So this is pretty much it for today's video. If you guys have any questions, do let me know. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.